series or whatever instead of the 1000 series. When I'm looking at those two, it's like I want to know what the difference is between, because one is about $200 cheaper than the other one. So like if there's really not that much difference, I'll go for the middle one, because if I can achieve the same thing, you know what I mean? They'll say, well, there's one less adjustment on it that, okay, this is the icing on the cake. You can live without it. Okay, fine. I'll live without that, and I'll get that. The Jupiter kit is the flagships for Mapex, and they are a walnut maple hybrid, which I love the sound of a walnut drum kit. But when you're talking tone on drums, it's not like guitars. There's like, if you listen to like Spectre Studios with Glenn Frick, and he goes on and on about how like the guitar doesn't really matter for tone. It does. He's correct, and it doesn't make a huge difference, but it does make a difference. A guitar with a nitrocellulose lacquer versus a guitar with like just a satin finish versus a guitar with a polyethylene finish. If it's all the same guitar with the same pickups, yes, you will hear a slight difference in tone. It's just not. It's not going to be night and day. That's why a lot of the older studio guitars didn't have any finish on them. Same with the studio drums. A lot of them don't have any finish on them. So you get the full resonation of the tone, right? But when you want to travel around with it, they're more susceptible to temperature changes and stuff like that, because the finish protects the guitar, right? Or the drums or whatever. So when you got that going on, okay, I do need a kit that I'm going to be able to play live with, so I do want a good finish on there. But the tone, the maple birch hybrid is a brighter sound than the walnut, which is just, you prefer brighter or the deeper sound of the walnut. For metal, I think I would prefer that little extra darkness in the drums from the walnut. It's just a warmer sound. It just sounds nice. You know what I mean? Could I live with the maple birch for the rest of my life? Absolutely. Because the difference in the tone is like that much. You know what I mean? So the reason why I'd be going for the Armory kit from Mapex rather than the Jupiter kit is basically simply due to the fact that the Armory line has the Fusion line, the regular Armory line, which is your rock drum, the big loud ones. That's the 24-inch drum with the the 22 by 24-inch drum type of thing. Just big thunderous beast there. Whereas the studio drums is also in the Armory lineup, but they don't have a studio lineup in the Jupiter, which is kind of good in a way, because I'll save about $500 right? Just off the drums, and they're going to sound great for the like these are going to be great sounding drums and what have you, right? So those are the drum shells I want. And yeah, like it's going to be a pretty ginormous, like it's going to be the most expensive instrument I'll have bought to date. And then after that, like the most expensive, if my life works out the way I want, the most expensive instrument I'm going to probably buy is a concert grand piano. And that'll probably be outrageous. But that's only like once I made my millions, Because a concert, like a base model piano is about $4,000 for one of the chopped down pianos, for an acoustic one. But Yamaha makes these really cool pianos called silent pianos. They're a hybrid electric acoustic, and I mean, like, that's like the ultimate. They're about 500 pounds, so they are making these pianos a bit lighter. A full out electric piano is still about 300 pounds, 250 to 300 pounds, right? Which makes it more giggable, but 300 pounds, and you can't move it, right? So I love the look of a traditional piano, but I don't want all that weight. You know what I mean? So I know when I buy my first piano, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be 88 keys. It's going to be electric piano, just, for ease of recording and stuff like that. But it's going to be a portable one, obviously. But again, I'm not going to buy a cheap $200 Casio. Like I want, but I got to do my research. So I'm doing all that research now. And then after that stuff comes the saxophones, the clarinets, the bagpipes, all the other cool stuff. I was even looking at harps. But a lot of this stuff I can rent. Like, I don't have to wait to buy a saxophone. I can rent a saxophone for like 2 months at a time. And Saxophone, I'll probably, within about a month and a half, I'll probably be pretty good at it. Will I be the best saxophonist? No. But I've played these instruments before. Like, I've tried... I remember there was this girl when I was taking my music class. She was a real easy pushover. So anytime I needed something, I'd go to her and she'd be like, "No, Reg, I'm not going to do this for you. I'm not going to do that for you." And every time she'd give in, like, "Oh, come on," just all right. So I said, "Let me try your clarinet," because she had a flute and a clarinet, and she had all these things, right? And I was like, "Try." She said, "No, germs." I said, "I'll wash it off. I swear." So she grabbed me another reed. It's my last reed. Don't break it. Whatever. Because I don't want your germs. Whatever. I told her I'd wash it and whatever, and I just rinsed it really quick. Whatever. I was kind of a bit of a jerk to her. Like, I was nice to her, but I was a bit of a jerk to her. But she was one of those friends that I could just get away with everything. I just guilt her into like doing everything. She would always like get mad at me and stuff like that. But she let me try her clarinet. She let me try her flute. She had. What else did she had a piccolo. She had a piccolo. But that one she wouldn't let me try. And when I saw the price of piccolos after, I understand. She was like that was about the only place where she stood her ground. She's like, "No, you ain't trying this one. I don't trust you to drop it or something. You're kind of stupid." Come to think of it, I don't know if she actually liked me or not. She did call me a lot of names. But I was always like, bullying her into doing stuff. Like, "Here, help me do this. Help me do this prank." "No, I'll get in trouble." No, you can do it. You can do it. And whatever. And poor girl. Oh, yeah. And she was really short, so I would always tease her because she was really so short. I kind of, looking back on my life, I was kind of a real jerk, Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so I did get to try those instruments. And then, of course, my best friend, Pablo, I got him into bass, but he was really into the saxophone. And so I'd play it when I'd be at his place. I'd play it for 5 minutes. "Here, try this." He'd still be spitting slobber on. You're a teenager, you don't care, right? And whatever. The tuba, I tried it maybe twice. That was the only thing I found. I remember the shock and awe of wind instruments. And this is the first thing that'll shock you about them is the spittoon release. Yeah, when you hit that thing for the first time, you see all because I always wonder why in the music room there was all these spots on the floor and they always look wet. It was the spittoons. It's like they could have put a cup or something there. It was so gross. It's like the cup was always the carpet was always gross and wet, and it was like people would slip on it. It was like it's the spittoons. Yeah. It's like a cup, they're 20 cents, put paper cup, man, just a paper cup, put a paper cup there. Oh yeah. But interesting anyway. And then some people wouldn't clean their instruments. You start hearing gurgling. It's gross, so gross. But anyway, yeah, no, I'd love to have a nice little saxophone. I'll probably rent one sometime in the midsummer if I can. And then do a whole bunch of saxophone stuff. That'd be. But I want to do saxophone metal. It's just the one genre where you just don't really see a saxophone. But the drums are priority. There's a million guitars I want to buy, but the problem with the guitars is if I keep buying guitars, I'll never get the other instruments. Right? So I have to kind of cycle. Okay, buy the drum kit. Okay, and for good behavior of buying the drum kit, I'll buy another guitar after. There's about 4 more that I really, really, really want. And if I bought those 4, I'd probably sell all my other guitars for these 4. But they're really extravagant. Not so much the most expensive, but more expensive than normal. But, who knows, right? My goal was to buy 50 guitars. And then I started really thinking about it. It's 50 guitars. The first thing I was thinking was, how am I going to get rid of most of them? So, well, first off, just don't buy them. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was going to do. I wonder why he's walking. I wonder if he's walking just because it's nice out, or if he's walking because his trucks are broken. He's kind of like me. He's got some. He did a really nice job on his Toyota there. I saw it, and the body work he did on that. I was like, shit, you want to work on my trucks? But anyway, yeah, just to finish, I know I'm going on a little bit long here, but the plan I got is coming together slowly. Like everything I plan out, sometimes it takes like a year for me to plan something out. But if you think about what I've accomplished, music-wise or equipment-wise, I went from having 3 electric guitars